Welcome back to Bailiwick Guernsey Shipwrecks. Where are we on the island at the moment? We're right here, which is St Martin's Point, or Cherbourg Point. They call it St Martin's Point because this is the parish of St Martin's, and it's the point, it's the corner in which the island changes from the east coast to the south coast. So what are we doing today? There's a pole just here called LONGUE PIERRE. We're going to be diving that today, hopefully, me and Phil. So it looks very sort of tranquil at the moment, but it does get pretty tidal around there, and it's a massive drop off. So this is the little Russell, and this is the Great Russell. All the tides, and you can just see that's Herm, and there's France in between, Sark and Brecou, and then down this way we got Jersey. And if you went further off in that direction, you'd get to France as well. France wraps all the way around us, and this is the Bay of St Malo. That lump on the horizon over there is the Roche Douve's lighthouse. You can just about see it. So, what are we doing today? Back to diving. We're going to be diving this point here called LONGUE PIERRE, which roughly translates as long rock or long stone. I've always translated it as a long rock. You can see some boats coming down here. The tide is actually whipping around the corner at the moment, and so's the wind. The wind is a southwesterly, which is coming in from this direction, and you can just see it's just pushing all the water around the corner here. That's what's created quite a elaborate seabed, really. This cliff that goes down here, basically as you go out further it drops off again. There's sand through the middle here, and then it drops off onto like quite big cliffs, to be honest. You'll probably see a bit later on if me and Phil manage to get down in that area. It looks like the front of boats. You can see this boat here, this rib's going in very close. You don't want to be going in too close to that way. There has been accidents. There's actually rocks. They won't hit them now because the tide's too high, but there is actually rocks, two smaller rocks on the inside here. So when we come through here, we tend to come in a bit closer. In fact, Margaret Cay, the one that Richard's got, before he had it, when it was the Barbalet 2, it actually hit a rock there and sunk here. And this is where it was salvaged from, about 40-45 metres of water. So the water depth around here drops off quite a lot. It goes down to about 50 plus metres. I mean, some people would argue there's 60 metres around this part, but there isn't. You can't get that depth. St Peterport Harbour is back up that way. There's Castle Corner, and today we're going to go out diving on that one. I wish. Look at it, it's awesome, yet again. You noticed it's high tide, and we wanted to go an hour after high tide. We'll head out there now because we want to get the slack on LONGUE PIERRE, which is the bit that's right down the end of the island. Yeah, we're good.
What depth?
You have got 45.8 metres. And you're just over a reef here. And there he goes. He's there. What did he do? 51.1 metres for 22 minutes. It's not bad for a 76-year-old. How old are you, Jeff? 74?
76 Tuesday.
76 on Tuesday. Oh. It's a funny thing with Jeff, his bad bag is as good as my best bag. I don't know, he's got probably 150 there. There's a lot there.
We're having a bit of a...
think narcosis is an old-fashioned thing to him.
I used to find when we were playing.
I found like narcosis is like the more you do it, the more you become adapted to it. Like a bit like alcohol.
Yeah, eventually I'll get over it.
And people say you probably are narked and you don't know it, but if you're picking that many scallops up, hand-eye coordinations. And how long have you been doing it for? 55 years?
Yeah, since I was 20 commercially.
Yeah.
You
Still done alright?
Yeah, pain in the ass. And, once I was out, yeah, once you can get out of it, I was alright, but then I started running out of time. I was out of it.
When I started, it was great, and I ended up in hell.
After the boys finish their scalloping, it's mine and Phil's turn on Longue Pierre. Unfortunately, when we get in the water, it's a bit stringy. There's a little bit of plankton here still, but I think we'll make it work. So Jeff has dropped us right on the top of the head. It's still 20 metres down to this head. We're on the outside, probably the north-eastern side. It's already full of life. There's loads of baby pollock on the top of the reef. We're heading down the inside, on the western side, and we know there's a gully. We'll follow the gully down and around the outside of the reef. Quite an imposing reef when you look from down the bottom. I'm already at 25 metres. We've decided we don't really want to go deeper than 35 metres, albeit we could go down to 50, possibly 55 metres. I have been down to the bottom, and to be honest it's a bit bland, and it's not going to lie, it's a little bit scary down at 55 to be honest here. It's just not that nice, so decided 35 metres is our limit. Every ledge you look under, every large boulder, every bit that sticks out just drops down deeper and deeper and deeper. Back to my normal self. As soon as I see big boulders like this, I have to have a look underneath them. Don't ask me why. Sometimes it pays off when I find a big conger, or maybe a lobster, but not this time. You'll notice on this dive there's a lot of torch on, torch off sort of scenarios. Because of this backscatter, it doesn't look very good when the light's on because it picks up every little particle in the water. So I make a little swim for it. I want to get out to this little boulder here. I say little boulder, it's probably 20 ton. I want to get out to this boulder and take a look back at the reef. Last time I dived here, I remember looking up and seeing the edges of the reef look like the bells of a ship. Look at it, just goes deeper and deeper and deeper. So I'm going to take a look back. This isn't good enough to have a look. Quite decent sunlight levels, but still dark. A lot of this reef is overhanging, so that's why there's quite a lot of life there. Even here, look, there's little jewel anemone here, another one here. Really nice to look at. This is what I mean by overheads. Look, me and Phil decided to come down and put a delayed up. This is the reason why. If we put our lines down, they would have got tangled for sure. There's our first crayfish. Take a look at this massive overhang bit here. Huge. Wouldn't want that falling on you. And what's this ball down here? Ah, it's an edible sea urchin. Look how dark it is when I turn the light off. Look how dark it is down there as well. Don't know why, but it's probably just me, but I want to go down there, but I'm not going to. Phil's just checking, just making sure I'm alright. Someone's crab pots that for some reason paid them off the edge of this cliff. I think they regretted that. It's full of vertical crevices. It's just perfect for catching crab pots. Absolutely perfect. This species of coral thrives in the Channel Islands, and a survey that was done in the early 2000s revealed that this specimen grows larger in the Channel Islands than anywhere else in the British Isles. The trick here is not to look down if you're scared of heights. I could see fish down deeper, swimming up the wall. So many different types of sea squirt around here, it'd take me forever to just reel them off. The thing is, sometimes I don't know what they're called. I'm still learning, to be honest. I know what the black one is in the bottom left hand corner. That's called black tar sponge. Check out all these jewel anemones, they almost glow in the dark. Wish I had my UV torch with me. I'm gonna have to come back here with my UV torch just to see what I can see. I reckon this thing will glow up big time. think there's every single colour I can think of on this reef. These dual anemones, there's purple ones, there's green ones, there's orange ones. It's pretty cool. Unfortunately, someone's tried paying their crab pots down this reef. Not quite sure they knew what they were doing, to be honest. It's starting to look a bit like a Christmas tree. It's been taken over by the corals now, it's been there that long. At least one good thing's come out of it. Minutes left, so we got to get up a bit higher and then shallow off again. That's the beauty of these reefs. You can just come up and then just carry on in a horizontal line again, and you actually gain time doing that, which means we can stay down longer. We've still got quite a bit of height to go. Don't look down. There's a big pollock right up there, look. I can tell it's a pollock just by its silhouette. That tail, like an arrowhead. Some sort of worms there. Like a feather duster worm possibly? I don't know. This dive feels more like a rock climbing challenge. Still loads more reef left. It's weird when you look at it for the naked eye, it doesn't look that nice. You put a light on it and the whole thing pops with colour. Oh, Phil's found some more crayfish. There's two here by the looks of it. There's a crayfish and a lady crab at the back, or a velvet swimming crab. Also there's some more black tar sponge as well to the right and the left. This stuff normally grows in little crevices and bridges the crevices together. And here we have a leopard goby just sitting on the rock. Big one as well. I can't stop looking down all these crevices. There's so much life there. It's unreal. The biomass on this reef is absolutely staggering. These grey leathery tubes are one of the worms as well. Got a massive variety of wrasse on this reef, all different colours. Some of them just don't even care, you can get right up close to them, some of the larger ballan wrasse anyway. This fan coral is completely covered in shark eggs. These fans are meant to grow across the tide, so as the tide comes through them, it filters. But because where we are, the tides come from loads of different directions, they're almost three-dimensional instead of flat. so I'm not quite sure if you can still class them as fans. Air's good and bottom time's good, so let's carry on up this reef. Look at these jewel anemones. It's weird how they grow in like strips. Look, there's pinks, yellows, browns. Pretty cool. So a 35-metre dive is the equivalent of about a 10-storey building. If we were to go down to the 50-metre mark, it would have been the same equivalent to about a 15-storey building. So it's fairly deep. Your advanced PADI course takes you down to 32 metres, so we've just gone past that range into the extended range. Sometimes wish I had a macro camera to get some nice and really close shots, but to be honest, I'm all about catching the dive in entirety, so everything I see I want you to see. I want it to feel like you're alongside me on these dives. So if you haven't noticed already, Phil's the sort of dive leader on this one. I'm just following him. So he's taking us down this gully, all the way around the outside, and back to the same gully, which will work on up again. So we should come back up to that pot rope again. Then, hopefully, up onto the top of the reef, and back to the surface. Yeah, this is the same pot we came down past before. I'm not quite sure if this one's stuck or not. It's kind of strung out like a washing line. Oh, it's a nice fish. Hello, little fishy.
Oh! What are you doing? Shut up!
So yeah, that wasn't very nice. It's not the first time I've been bitten by something, to be honest, and it probably won't be the last. That was a female cuckoo wrasse that's going through the transition into a male cuckoo wrasse. So I think it was just exerting its territory, just telling me to go away. So let's do it. Let's get back to the top of this reef and have a little look. I always get excited when we come back up of these gullies. Oh look, this is that wrasse I was on about. This is one we've seen on the way down. He's just let me get right in close to it. I reckon I could have touched it if I wanted to. So normally when we come up over the top of this, we normally catch a shoulder fish, so fingers crossed. That's why you just see Phil, he's like a stealth. He's just taking his time, just hiding in the weeds. He's seen something. There's a shoulder pollock, look. They obviously haven't seen us because they're very scared. They would swim away if they'd noticed us. All sorts of different colour wrasse on the top of this reef as well. So we've gained time now. We've got 23 minutes before we go into DK. We're at 15 metres, which is just on the top of this head really. It probably goes to about 13 metres. What we're going to do is we're going to slowly spiral around, swim past these fish, and just take in that last little bit of the reef. Got 120 bar left, which is enough to do another dive. So I'm happy. We did say to Jeff back on the boat, we'll give it 20 minutes and then we'll send the delayed up. So just over 21 minutes now. We better send it up quick. Kind of hoping that we've seen some bass, because I did see bass on Gabriel the day before, albeit they were tiny little schoolies, but it just would have been nice to have seen one today. And that's it, just the one, but I'm happy now. It's a shame that stringiness is still in the water at the moment, but that's just nutrients, and you know, we need nutrients in the water. That's why around our area is so vibrant with life, because of this nutrient. Look how close we were to the pole. Oh, not that far actually. I thought we were a bit closer than that.
That was amazing. That was awesome. That was like being in the racing. Yeah. It's full of coral, all sorts.
Moley's back in. The viz up here is pretty good. Where we were was a little bit stringy just then, but still very, very good. I enjoyed that dive. What do you think about that dive, Phil?
Oh, I tell you what, I was impressed with the overhangs. They were like almost diving in caves.
Yeah,
brilliant.
Hundreds of different types of anemone.
And when you put the torch on, the colours are just...
It's like a rainbow.
Yeah.
The weird thing about that reef is it is literally just sheer. It's like the bells of a ship literally just drops off.
Yeah.
What do you reckon it was? It's got to be 55.
Oh, to the bottom.
Yeah.
For sure. You can just see it just disappearing in the inky darkness. Yeah. Took all my willpower not to go down there. It really did.
You know we would have lost our bottom time.
Yeah,
We'd have been in deco.
Yeah, that would have been the end of that dive.
And we wanted to save, well, I had to save my 15 because I got to do 2 dives on that. So
did you notice, you can tell the reef is in the tidal area. You're starting to see the pink hard corals with the dogfish purses in.
Yeah.
That's always a sign that it's a film.
In loads, yeah. So there's certain things we didn't see. We didn't see any lobsters.
No lobsters. Nice, decent prey though.
Yeah.
Some pollen. Well, the solitary scaldy bass.
Yeah. See, I was wondering if we'd see a bass. Oh,
Yeah.
I thought we would. And there's some decent pollock.
Yeah, decent pollock. Yeah.
Yeah.
Great dive.
I got bitten on the finger by a female cuckoo wrasse. I must have got too close to her nest or something, so to stay away. But it's amazing, like the reefs, the way they just drop down, and there's massive overhangs over your head as well.
Like you say, when you pan around with a camera and you see the contour of the land, it just continues out to the coast and just drops off.
Yeah.
So many years ago, that must have been the coastline. Same with Amphria.
Yeah.
It's the same down the wall.
Yeah.
Good dive, good pull.
Very good dive.
Yeah.
So this week we've done 4 Rhine up there.
Yeah.
Then we done Anfray just here. Then we done Gabriel, which is a bit further down the coast, and then finally finished up with LONGUE PIERRE, which is the furthest one down, the furthest post. And I'm not quite sure which one was my best one. I did like 4 Rhine when we done 4 Rhine up there.
I'd have to say Agenor, but we didn't have that.
Oh yeah, Agenor as well. Agenor's further up that way. That was the one I went down and I completely missed the memory card.
Up between 4 Rhine and LONGUE PIERRE, I think, for me. Yeah.
So that's all the reefs on this side. Well, not all the reefs because there's a load more, but we've done the reefs this side. I reckon we should go and do the reefs on that side next and Oh, there's another one that's really, really good called the Elusive Reef, which is up that way. I've got some videos on my channel if you search for Elusive Reefs. Nah, I'm buzzing after that one, mate. That was good.
Yeah, that's what diving's all about.
Yep.
Like that. And perfect slack tide.
Yeah.
Just dropped us in right on the good spot.
See, I was worried about the tides there because the tides are quite savage. Yeah, they all meet on the corner.
And to be fair, we are diving on a good spring tide of 9.2 today, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, 9.2 metres.
On the old tide table.
So you can see this pattern here is the of the tides.
Yeah. And then on Friday,
We're here.
high tide was at 8:37. Had an hour for BST, British Summer Time, and we're at 9.2 metres.
That's
Quite a big tide.
That's a big old tide, yeah. So we have about 10.2, 10.3 metres of change in tide here in the Channel Islands. It comes up the English Channel in like two tsunami sort of waves. So we get 2 highs and 2 lows, and that's why all the life under the sea around here is so varied. There's loads of nutrients coming up the channel from the Bay of Biscay, and we're on the the most southern part of the British Isles, really, so we get all the nice stuff. Come to Guernsey and go diving. If you want to do reef dives, we've got it loads. I think the next ones have to be O-Dams over there, or Parfond. So many to dive. Well, thanks for coming along with us again. That's the end of another dive. It's Friday, so we've got one more day of diving. That'll be my 6th day of diving all in a row. I'm loving it. That's the life. I wish I could do it all the time, but I've actually got to work, so. Anyway, thank you for coming with us, and I'll catch you on the next tide.